Tell me about your time on SNL. I always like to ask everybody about, because I've, always been a fan of it. You have the love-hate relationship with it that I think everybody does. What was you wrote for a bit, right?
Oh, I only was there for a couple of weeks. They do this thing where they try out writers. I thought I was being hired as a performer. So when I got there, I realized, I was gonna be a writer, which was fine. I mean, listen, it was a dream. I couldn't believe it. I think I was looking for a job, and that kind of fell into my lap. And that was the host of the show that week. The 2 weeks I was there was Britney Spears, and then John Goodman, and then Neil Young was the musical guest in the John Goodman. That was listen, I think as a comic, that seems to be, or at least in my age group, that was such a dream to even be able to go see how they did that show. And to be a fly on the wall in the writer's room and that's kind of how I didn't know what I was doing. I'd never written, I was doing stand-up, but I had never written sketches to turn in. And it was not easy because it's not, I don't know if supportive is necessarily the word I would use there, but you're new there. I think in show business, especially as a stand-up, you get a thick skin, and my things just bombed very badly. I mean, I think I could hear the air conditioner on the floor below us. It was bad.
Pitch me one. Do you remember any of them?
Oh, I remember exactly what they were. Well, I remember one of them that bombed so hard, I should say, which was this. I'd written something for Britney Spears. Two things. One of them was I wanted Will Ferrell to play a security guard to her belly button, and we were going to shrink Will Ferrell down to just hang out inside of her belly button because her belly button was always exposed then, and I thought she needed to protect it. I mean, I've never seen a tumbleweed go through an office before. But a tumbleweed, I feel like a tumbleweed went right across the writer's room table and a cricket writing it. But I'm not offended that no one liked it. It was probably bad. Oh my God, you hope that your idea will get in, but it's cliquish, and as it should be. But it was a dream to be there. I don't have any regrets, and I ended up hosting it a few times, which was nice.
Oh, that's a triumphal return for sure. I love the notion of you pitching. I mean, I know you don't directly pitch Lauren, but I love the idea of so it's Britney Spears, her belly button. We want to shrink Will into it. He's going to protect it from the public. Mm-hmm. And Lauren would go, right. And then, you're fucked.
Well, I remember pitching something to Britney Spears, just the two of us. So I got a little office, and she was very nice. She came in. I was nervous because I don't know what I'm doing. This poor young lady, I don't know what our age differences are, but it seems similar at the time. I probably was much older, but I go, she goes, "What do you have for me?" And I go, "Well, you're being interviewed by Entertainment Tonight. There's no jokes. And during the middle of the interview, you just start bleeding from the mouth." And she looks at me, and then she looks at the ground. And then I looked at the ground, and she looks back up at me. I look at her, and she goes, "Yeah, that's funny." And that was it. But I never wrote that one out. That one I never wrote out. I couldn't figure out what that would have been. But that I remember pitching one-on-one to her, which was fun.
But see, if that had made it on the show, I would have loved it. And I would have thought, I can't believe this made it on TV. And it's that thing we're talking about of you go, oh, this was made just for me.
Yeah. I think those sketches on Saturday Night Live that are maybe towards the end of the night, or the ones that, that work in the writer's room, but, might not work with the studio audience. You know how it works. I mean,
Yeah.
what makes comics laugh oftentimes does not make an audience laugh. So you have to wait on that a little bit. So, but I always find that I have more of I like the weirder things that they pull out sometimes. I love the weird sketches they do.